and this is awesome, man. Well, let's start with the introduction, right? Like, this is episode 16 of the Physical Freedom Podcast. I'm really happy to have my friend DC Cordtz here.
Thank you, bro.
Man, where are you joining us from again?
Auckland, New Zealand.
Oh, Auckland, New Zealand. That's amazing. And
Yeah.
so DC, I mean, dude, I look up to you. You're like super strong, man. We've known each other from the ATG community for a while, so just hoping here that you can share some wisdom with us because we have different perspectives on a lot of different things. But we have a lot more things that where we connect and we have views on the same things as well, right? Like a lot of things that we coincide on. So really, let's get down to the meat of it, right? What because I want to know, like, you're absolutely jacked, and it goes against a lot of the things that I've gone to school for, and like that I hear experts talk about, protein, all this. But you're jacked, man, and you're vegan. So how does somebody that's that has your physique, how do you maintain this muscle, and what is your diet like? What are some of your views on diet?
First of all, thank you for having me on. And I look up to you in regards to ATG training. Like, you're super athletic and super strong and super knowledgeable. So I look up to you in regards to ATG. So thank you for having me on. And it's the honor to be able to share, I guess, my story and my journey about, getting into fitness and health. In regards to plant-based diet, or vegan diet, the main question that everyone asks is like, where do you get your protein from, right? But we need to like chuck that question on the question. Have you ever heard or known or seen anyone that is protein deficient? Never, right?
Oh, mm, I
No,
I know a few clients that for sure I'm like, you're not getting anything. But yeah, please. Yeah.
like there's not many people that are protein deficient in this world, right? Because protein is literally in everything. Like, even in a vegan diet, there's protein in like nearly everything. And then a combination of those, obviously, you'll be able to get your protein, right? The We live in a proteinaholic world, and there's a book written on that. You can check it out on eBay or wherever. And we're so bent on protein, but like, people getting sick all the time. They're getting kidney stones. They're getting like gut issues, IBS. Like, I can go on and on with the diseases that we're causing from overeating protein or overconsumption of protein. And a lot of that protein that we're eating goes to waste. Not all of it gets used. You know what I mean? And then you've got the energy. The breaking down of the certain proteins. What breaks down easier. What is more better for performance and health and gut microbiome. I can go on and on, but I guess, yeah, we need to think more, not too much focus on protein, but focusing more on like fiber, fiber for gut health. And plants have fiber in it, and unfortunately, meat, dairy, and eggs do not have any fiber. So you really want to get your plants in, so that you can get the fiber in your body, and get that nice healthy gut. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like, from a performance point of view, the less animal products that you consume, the more energy you have. And that's why I'm able to out train a lot of 18 to 20-year-olds. I'll be 48 tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, I've lost your audio, bro.
48, man. You look amazing. That's crazy. Can yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. I think I mean, like, there's so much, like, research on these different things, and there's like you can get all kinds of different viewpoints on this type of stuff. So I don't want to get into like
Yeah.
the science of it and all that. I generally believe, protein is key, but we have different things. But I think the things that we have in common, we can definitely go into some of those. But I want to ask you, what what do you do? Because all these protein-based bros, it's like, hey, you need to get your protein to build muscle. What are some of the foods you eat, or the things that you do to increase your muscle mass and to maintain your physique?
That's a good question. I mean, because if you're asking about protein, like, what are good sources of protein that are high in protein, like on a plant-based diet, right? You got, like, obviously you got your legumes and your beans and your grains, which is like whole food kind of approach. And then you have like your processed foods like tofu and seitan and tempeh, right? And then obviously you get in like your mock meats and stuff, which is not really ideal. It's good for like transition people, or good for like taste. but obviously, yeah, like you want to keep it as less processed as possible, so that you can, eliminate the high sodium and high saturated fat and cholesterol and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to like build mass, obviously like carbs is a good one. You want to up your carb intake, and you want to up your protein a little bit. Buy foods like beans, legumes, grains, and also like tofu, seitan, and tempeh, and the likes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I completely agree. I actually had a friend visit from France. She's one of the ATG coaches, and she was staying with us for about 3 months. So I got to learn a bit about how she's vegetarian. Sorry, I should have mentioned that to lead off with. But I learned a lot about how to get protein on like a plant-based diet with those type of things. And it's exactly what you mentioned, right? Like legumes, seitan, tofu, and things like that, which I think is great. I think the things that we really agree on when it comes to like plant-based versus animal-based, or like things like this, where there's a lot of things that differ, but the things where you meet in the middle are getting whole foods, right? Like mostly minimally processed foods. Another thing I think most people agree on is getting local foods, right? And then
Yes.
things that are organic, don't have a ton of like pesticides as well. I think those are some key things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some things that people don't talk about enough when it comes to nutrition, I think, is the energy of the food, right? So local food's better because you're getting the same sunlight, so of where you're at, and then the energy where it comes from is like who makes this food, who processes this food, right? If you process it yourself, if your mom does it, it's done with love.
Sure.
Whereas if you're eating, like McDonald's or something like that, these people might not like their jobs, and they're putting that energy into the food. So that's the
Yeah.
energy that the food is processed with is a big part, I think, of how well your body digests it, right? And yeah, and I don't think that's something that people talk about enough. But those are things that we find in common. Yeah.
I mean, look, like if I like, you have those extreme, I don't want to say extreme people, but I guess you have some vegans or some like whole food, plant-based, no oils kind of guys that are like, oh, against pesticides, and oh, you should be having like organic and seasonal, and like I'm like, man, if I had the money, I'll be eating organic every day, right? But it's so expensive for me to try and live organically and have like that kind of, yeah, it's a luxury to me, like to have organic foods, everything organic is like, that's the goal and that's where I want to go. But I don't have that much money to actually do that, and I don't have the access, like maybe some people have, like if I was, like say I was in Samoa from my motherland, right? Man, I'll be all goods,
Yeah.
I'll be thriving, bro. And by the way, I'm going to Samoa soon, so I'm gonna do some vlogging and some content in Samoa, eating, straight from the plantation, Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, but I agree, the energy and the love and the care and just like, yeah, just like the preparation, like that's all key to, that's, I think I said it the other day to somebody, like, how did that get to your plate? You know what I mean? And we're talking about that now, like what was the process in getting from there to here to your plate, right? And you literally just mentioned it, so well done. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more, man.
Mm.
But yeah, tell me a little bit about your story. Like how did you get into calisthenics? What does it mean to you to get your movement in during the day? What is
Yeah,
what inspired you to become a coach?
bro. I was just talking about this last night. And like, so I started when I was a young kid, right? And this is kind of why it kind of it's a connection. So I started as a young kid, watching like ninja movies and Bruce Lee and martial arts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my dad was like a black belt in Serdor Kung Fu, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
He inspired me. He inspired me as a young kid to be like, man, my dad is like, this ninja. Like literally, my dad went on a mission and they robbed a museum as a mission in Auckland as ninjas to do something. Anyway, so that inspired me to like, oh man, I want to be like my dad,
Yeah.
And so I got it to. By the time I got to like 10, I became a gymnast. I started gymnastics. And I became an Auckland and New Zealand national gymnast, right? 10, 11.
Wow.
Unfortunately, some politics went on, and my mother pulled me out because the coaches and the managers were looking after their son. And even though I beat him in the nationals, they still placed him first place for 2 years. And so my mom was like, "Nah, this is politics." So that was a sad time for me. I'll be honest, that was a bit of trauma for me, because when you find something as a kid that you love and then it gets taken away from you, like I really struggled with it, bro. Like I
Yeah.
really did. I thought I was going to be a New Zealand gymnast someday, and that was kind of on my pathway. It didn't happen, so I got into rugby union. Um, and then I think by the time I got to high school, I was like, sort of, I was having some issues. So my dad used to beat mom up, right? Like I forgive her and everything, but I had trauma, and then now I feel like I need somewhere to belong, and I joined a gang, and got into like gang 13, 14, 15, and I started doing Muay Thai kickboxing, right? Which is a
Yeah.
great change from gymnastics. And then years gone by, I was playing league most of my life. Even just gone July, playing league, and then I found calisthenics on YouTube. I found Hannibal for King, who's the goat of Cali in New York, and Zeph Zachavelli, 2013. And then I found a little group in Auckland that was doing calisthenics on Saturdays. So I found them on Facebook, and I went and joined them, and the rest is history, bro.
Oh,
So
that's
that,
awesome, man.
and I was actually just talking to Hannibal in the last few days, and I'm gonna be doing something with him, bro. The goat of, yeah,
Oh, that's huge, man. That's big
yeah.
time.
I cried when he jumped on the call, bro. I cried.
That's lots of exposure, man. Lots of things going well, right? Rising up. You've gotten like you gained like 400 followers in the past like month, haven't you, on social
Yeah, I
media?
started my account in October, and I'm already like close to 1100. Yeah.
That's huge, man. Yeah,
Whereas I
but
have 8.9K and I got hacked. So yeah, but it is what it is, bro. Like follows.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, you gotta get some two-factor authentication or something going on there. That's crazy.
I got that now. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, man. So you're quite a crazy journey. You packed a lot in there. I wanna break down like what was your what was your experience in Muay Thai? Like how long were you in martial arts?
Oh, I loved it, man. I did it for like 2, 3 years, and I was fighting real young, bro. Like I was in high school and I was fighting, bro, and I loved it. So you guys probably know of the Super Samoan Mark Hunt.
Hmm.
Like
Of course,
I
legend.
was I was training with him.
Oh, that's epic.
So
Wow.
he was from South Auckland. I'm from South Auckland. He's Samoan. I'm Samoan.
Nice.
So yeah, I still remember the first fight I had, and it was his first fight for the club. Obviously, he was street fighting all his life. And me and him fought on the same night. And
Yeah.
bro, the brother was stoned, bro.
He's
The brother, before he went and fought, and he just destroyed the guy. Yeah, and
wow.
so I got to see him, knock the first guy out in person, and then I thought, oh yeah, he's gonna go a long way, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I was a big fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme. So hence why I got into like kickboxing and Muay Thai and stuff.
Mm,
I want to go Thailand someday, so that's on the cards. Yeah, do some
that's
Muay Thai.
awesome, man.
I
And
fought for 30 years. So I my last fight was like 15 years old, and then when I turned 45, I had a kickboxing fight just 2 years ago, bro.
oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
that was like so just monumental, like 30 years later, here I am throwing the spinning back kicks, and it was cool, man. Yeah,
Very
thanks
cool.
thanks to ATG, you guys. Yeah,
That's epic, dude. You're killing it. Yeah, I mean that's what it is for, right? Getting people back in the sport
yeah.
and thriving. What with calisthenics, man, like what was the process of like joining a calisthenics gang, and how did you go from just participating in it to becoming a coach?
Yeah, brother. So, obviously with calisthenics, for some of you guys that don't know, it's very people and community based. So, like, man, yeah, it does kind of feel like a gang, Cali gang, in a sense. It's very like the people are lovely. They just want to help. They just want to like help you, progress, and obviously connection is real key. So look, when I started, like, I think it was like November 2013, to correct me, yeah, 2013. And I already had a good base because I was already training at Ludus Magnus, doing like a lot of body weight stuff, crawls, bear crawls, gorilla crawls, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, tire flipping, kettlebell stuff. So I already had a good base on me for 3 years. So for 10 years I was doing nothing, and then 3 years I was like, getting into it. And then what made me love calisthenics was the community, like connecting with people like you all over the world. Like, bro, I'd post, and that's how I got my following like so high, because I connected with a lot of the Cali community all over the world, but also I had people from all over the world coming to my park, to either meet me, or B, just come and like try calisthenics. And then I would introduce myself to every person that came, every person. And so I trained hundreds and thousands of people at the park in the last 12 years, every Saturday for free, bro.
Yeah.
So I created this community and stuff like that. And then I was like, man, by the time, I think I started coaching at Ludus around end of 2013, beginning of 2014. And then, obviously I started coaching Cali as well at the same time.
Dude, that's amazing. Yeah, so you got a ton of reps in, and that's really what kind of got you. Yeah. I mean, you put in the work, man. That's how you get better at coaching, is just reps, right? So, and you did it for free.
Bro, I still feel like I'm a student, like wanting to learn from Clearfield and Ben Patrick and yourself. Like, I still feel like I have lots to learn as a coach, always a student.
That's incredible, man. Yeah, that's best mentality, white belt mentality.
Yes, sir. Sir, man. Yes, sir.
Very cool. Well, dude, we have tons to learn from you as well. Before the call, you were kind of starting to go into process for getting better at chin-ups, right? So what are some things that I guess some fundamentals that you would think for getting better at chin-ups for somebody that might already be doing them, but wants to improve their strength?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, like when it comes to most movements, whether it's chin-ups or pull-ups or push-ups or dips or whatever, you want to be like doing stuff that is not too challenging, because if you do something too challenging, let's say someone's struggling with a chin-up, right? If you're doing something too challenging, like there's a high chance that there's gonna be a breakdown in form. You know what I mean? There's breakdown in mind-muscle connection, right? So I think it's key, if you're like trying to learn any movement, whether it's a muscle up or a chin up or dip or whatever, or squat, right, is that you regress to progress, right? And that's why when I found ATG, it was like music to my ears, in regards to movement, and let's say this is a classic example of when I was like doing my weighted chins, and then I was like, oh man, I can see there's an imbalance there on my left or right side. And then I was like, cool, I'm going to start doing some single arm cable pull downs, and I'm going to try and get to half body weight for 10 reps. And then when I got that, I could literally do a chin up straight away without training the chin up, right? So it's that transfer of like let's say if you can pull 80% of your body weight, like you're pretty strong, bro. 80 plus, of your body weight. You for you to do a front lever or for you to do a one arm chin up, it's going to be pretty easy, because you're not going to, because it's base strength, right? Focus. Yeah. So I guess for someone that's trying to do chin up, like that's a loaded question, because I don't know where that person's at. I don't know if they can do reps of full range, or I don't know if they can do 10 reps, or I don't know if they're doing Australian rows, or like I said before, like if you're struggling to get chest to bar pull-ups or chin-ups, right, then you need to be doing some inverted chin-ups, right? Inverted feet up on a box, and and that'll destroy you, man, because there's that difference of range of motion as opposed to short range of motion pulling, right? Yeah. So you want to be doing a combination of inverted rows, maybe some single arm cable pull downs, stuff like that. Obviously, maybe some dumbbell rows. Like do a combination of things. Like don't just stick to one thing. Like play around with things and and see what works for you. But then also it has to be like specific. It has to be like sport specific or movement specific, right? For the movement. So, if you're doing like dumbbell rows all the time, like it'll give you some strength, but is it going to transfer to the actual movement, So can work on bands, you can work on isometric holds, negatives, and whole heap of stuff. So, but I guess it's not one thing approach, right? It all depends on where they're at, and then like working within their ability, and then what is a good regression or progression for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah,
Mm.
100%. That's exactly what HEG is about as well, right? Scaling ability.
Yes.
There's a lot of in commons with calisthenics and HEG,
Right.
which is pretty awesome. And it kind of takes from so many different modalities, right? So calisthenics is just one of them. You also have powerlifting. Really, the best way is there is no way, right? It's more like just everything works
Yeah.
if you do it correctly. Yeah.
Chase the perfect rep, right? Like whether it's a chin up or whether it's an inverted and chin up, right? Like just chase the perfect rep and then just rep and rep and rep, and just rinse and repeat, Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, what are what are some of your favorite movements for calisthenics that you can still train your legs? If you want, you can show these off here as well. 'Cause, people are always like, "Oh, I love calisthenics," but then it's like, "I don't want my legs to get small." I'm like, there's so many leg movements that you can do. What do you usually tell your clients?
Absolutely, man. I mean, I think that's the when it comes to legs, right? Like, let's face it, a lot of people cannot perform the perfect squat, right? And they're trying to like go straight to like single leg pistol squat, right? Like, dude, like pull it back and start opening your hips, your ankles, right? Like, and that's why I literally see ATG as calisthenics, really. And then when you're loading it, I see ATG as weighted calisthenics, literally. Like, because
Mhm.
literally it's like the perfect rep and then it's loaded, or it's the perfect reps of 20 reps or whatever. So I think when it comes to leg exercises, if you're a beginner, especially, like, man, how's your hips? How's your ankle mobility? How's your knee ability? Like, are you, have you done the work? Like, have you chased 20 to 25 perfect body weight squats before you start training one leg? Or are you still got crappy, double leg squats? You know what I mean? Like, how often have you trained unilaterally versus bilaterally, right?
Mhm.
So I most important thing when it comes to calisthenics or even ATG, it's the same thing, is like where are you at, and like what are you prepared to do to actually chase the perfect rep of that squat, whether it's two leg or one leg. So I would say, yeah, if you want to do like pistol squats, you better have solid ankle mobility, you better have solid knee ability, hip mobility, and
Mhm.
you better know how to do those squats perfectly before you even start training the one leg.
Mhm.
You want to start training like single leg, like regress split squats and
Yeah.
stuff like that, assisted, and then work towards, and then rather than just people just jump straight into like a body weight squat, or they jump straight into a pistol squat or a loaded squat. But it's like, dude, like your ankle mobility needs work, or your knee, right? So I think as like, where's the weak link in the kinetic chain? Where is it? You know? So where's the thing that you need to work on? And then now you can chase that perfect body weight squat. Now you can chase that perfect single leg pistol or Bulgarian split squat or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I've seen so many. It does my head in when I see all these people doing like Bulgarian split squats. Oh,
Uh-huh.
correct, bro. It's like you're not even stretching out your rectus femoris properly, because you're barely getting much range of motion. You're just like banging out. Like, put your foot on the edge of the bench, and now there's full stretch. Now you're all the way down. Now it's like, oh my gosh, just
Mhm.
things like that. So yeah, I would say, yeah, Bulgarian squats are great. Body weight squats, air squats are great, but can you do them correctly? Yeah, I don't know. That's where we come in as coaches. My bro here, if you need some help with squatting, and I can help as well, and give you like the perfect roadmap to actually perform those leg exercises and actually thrive and become super freakish athletic, doing single leg pistol squats on top of a kettlebell with weight, or on the top of the bar with weight. Imagine that. Like, that's what we're
Yeah.
doing, bro. We're doing
Yeah.
single leg pistol squat on top of the high bar with
Mhm.
with a kettlebell, like boom, on top of the high bar.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who does that?
Yeah.
that's where you can go. That's all possibilities. Nothing's impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I definitely think calisthenics is an amazing base for ATG or
Yes, sir.
just any type of movement because it's all about controlling tension, right? It's not
Yeah.
about how much weight you have.
Yeah.
It's also the positions that you're getting into and how that affects the muscle,
Yes,
right?
sir.
A lot of what I think a lot of people get wrong with strength training is they think of it as weightlifting only, right?
Yeah.
It's really shouldn't even be like strength training. It shouldn't even be called. It should be called like tension training, right?
I'm
Because
intention.
you're manipulating tension. Like the effect on the muscle. I think there's an equation, right? It's like the effect on the muscle, and I wish I could put it out here on the screen. Equals what are the factors? Tempo,
Sure.
position,
Yes.
and load, right? So those three, let's put those in parentheses, and then you have time on the outside of it, right? Time, like how long you've been doing it, or how often you do it,
Yeah.
and then yeah, and that's basically it. Like because the position matters a lot too. Like a step up, for example, is gonna
Hmm.
is gonna cause a lot less tension than a full depth squat or like a sissy squat. You know,
What's
it's like the opposite,
yeah.
or like
So,
reverse Nordic. And
totally.
then the amount of time that you're doing it, like how slow you do it, will also matter, or as well as how fast you do it. Right, faster would be a lot more force, whereas slow would be a lot more time under tension. And then you
Correct.
have the amount of load. So it's like people will only look at the load, but they forget about these other factors, and that's why they don't even pay attention to form. So like for I think really for anybody, and that's why a lot of people will have to start on zero because you don't have equipment, but people frown upon that, but it's really the best way to start, right? Like just at the park or in your yard,
Yeah.
because you gain control over your body first, then you can start adding load, and then you can start playing with tempo and things like that. Yeah.
Totally. Totally. And when it comes to calisthenics, let's say people at the park, you see them like busting out reps, or let's say we see people in the gym busting out the reps of the weight, and I'm like, and they're like, oh, what do you reckon? I'm like, bro, like, where's the time and attention? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're just upping weight and then shooting it up, and then your elbows are flared out, and now your rotators and your pecs are in a vulnerable position, and they're like, oh, and then boom, slow them down, put them in the right positions. They're like, oh my gosh, it feels so much heavier now. Like, really? Yeah, of course it does, because the things you just said, bro, right? So, so yeah, as you were talking to, I was going, oh, all the scenarios of other people every day, as we see,
Yeah.
and help. We're not there to, there to like mock them, whatever. We're generally seeing the problem. And we're like, okay, let's see if they want help. If they don't, oh well, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I totally agree with you, brother. Time changes everything, bro. Time changes everything. Tempo changes everything. Like, let's take calisthenics, bro. Let's say someone can do, like, say 10 pull-ups. Now try do a 1 minute pull-up or 1 minute muscle up. You're dead. Dead, bro.
Yeah. That
We do
sounds
that.
fun. That's a
We can
challenge.
do 30 to minute muscle ups and pull-ups, right?
Yeah.
It looks like slow motion stuff, bro, but it's strong. You have to be strong, bro, for that, right?
Yeah. That
Like
sounds fun. I gotta try that.
what, what heavy? Imagine like a heavy minute squat, bro.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a classic example of like a weighted calisthenic movement. Let's say your whole body weight, and then like a 30-second down and 30-second up, bro. That will destroy you, bro.
Mhm.
But that's the thing we're talking about: the tempo and time and attention and all that, right? You want to try it, bro? Pull up, see how long you can get up and then back
I gotta
down.
try it. Yeah, that's a good challenge. I might try that right after the
Yeah, you
podcast. That
can
sounds
even
fun.
do it banded, bro. You can even do it
Yeah.
banded, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, banded and be like, bro, what the heck? It makes you appreciate athletes, whether you're a calisthenics or whether you're a power lifter or Olympic lifter, right? It makes you go, oh man, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
the reps. What she said, the reps.
Yeah. I mean, strength is a skill, and I think that's why calisthenics is so good at building strength, right? Because you're working on these skills, you're spending time in your body, you're putting more attention, that mind on muscle connection. And
Yeah,
that's why you see all these challenges go viral on TikTok where it's like calisthenics guy versus bodybuilder or whatever. And the bodybuilder is like super jacked, calisthenics guy's a lot smaller. but he's got way more strength, right? He's doing like single arm chin ups. He's like doing the grip challenge too. That's always a funny one to watch. Is like the calisthenics athletes always have way more strength. But and a lot of it is because of that, right? You master your own body weight. You're spending more time with that mind and muscle connection, so you can channel more of your spirit into the physical body, and that's what skill really that's what the skill of strength really is. It's like how much of your soul and your spirit and your mind can you link into the physical part of your body,
for
right?
sure.
And that's why it's such a great skill development, not only for strengthen the physical attributes, but also for your mind and for your spiritual attributes, right? And like
And
how much you can channel into this reality.
resilience, right? Yeah. Thing up there, the little thing there. But so you know what? I don't know if you follow LWT Leeway Turner. Do you follow him?
I don't, no sir.
Bro, Leeway Turner, I was just talking to him before I took the view. So Leeway Turner, bro, he's a crazy calisthenics athlete in the UK. Good friend of mine, actually connected. We've been friends for like, since I started Cali, as I told you, connect with people. And he started doing ATG now, and now he's incorporated now he's doing Nordics, now he's doing ATG. Now he's got all his Cali boys doing ATG, and now they're going next level, bro. They were already strong and push and pull, and now they're doing leg stuff. So I'm actually going to have him on my next thing, bro. So I'm going to talk to him because he's keen to chat. And obviously I want to go to UK to his gym and train with him and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just awesome, bro. Like what I found about the HG that I really love, well, one, obviously like the way they train, the way they coach, but also the community. Like I've never found, apart from calisthenics, I never found a community like ATG apart from the Cali community. To be honest, I don't see it as any difference because of the way that we, connected. It's the same, bro. Like it's just family, bro. And that's why I love you guys. I love every single one of you guys, coaches, and even the not coaches. I just love the support, man. Like even when when Ben would hit me up, "No, DC, what are you up to?" I'm like, "What? Like, why is he like messaging me? Like, what? Like, how does he? Like, who am I? I'm nobody. He's like million followers, and he's like, hey, what are you up to?" I'm like, damn. I'm like, wow. I'm like, whoa. Like, he goes, yo, you're coaches, you're my family. I'm like, bro, respect, bro. He goes, I'm just chilling with my son. I said, oh, bro, your son looks like my grandson. And we were like chatting. It's so cool, bro. Like, much respect for Ben and ATG, Mama Celia, Alyssa, Clearfield, like all you guys, bro. Like, I can't wait to come to ATG, bro. Like, I'm planning on coming to USA in 2027.
Let's go.
In 2020,
the arms wide open, bro. We'll be here to greet you. Yeah, you can always, like I told you can stay in my place if you need to.
I'd love to, man. We can do some ATG. It'll be great. So yeah, I'm that's the plan, bro. 2027, and there's a big reason why. One is obviously I want to meet you guys. That's one reason. The other reason is Zef Zakavalli, who's the founder of Barbarians, who I brought to New Zealand 2016. He's turning 50 and I'm turning 50. Nice. So we're gonna 50 clips, 50 clip, muscle up, 50 clip, and then max out pull-ups at the end. It's called the God set. It's greatness on demand. So not many people that set. Okay, there's guys that can do it, not many. So we're gonna do the God set at 50 years old. So and I'll get my barbarian wings. Like there's a set that you need to do, which is the 5 muscle up, 50 P-bar dip, 30 pull up, 60 push up, and 5 muscle up under 5 minutes. If I get under 5 minutes, I become a gold wing barbarian member. I get my gold wing shirt and I get a barbarian. So that's my goal, bro. Like, yeah.
That sounds nice. Can you already do that, or how close are you on that? Oh, yeah. Let's go. He's already there. You just want to be a legend and do it at 50.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I want to be. Let's say I could be, because I've been playing league and getting injured shoulders and knee and Achilles recently. That could have been avoided, but my ego, right? Like I got hit in my knee and then I played on and then I went straight to my left side, right? The week after or 2 weeks after. So it's my fault. Yeah. But And so literally I'm like, okay, I'm done with league now. I'm 40. Like, what am I even doing playing at 47? You know, rugby league, contact, high contact sport. And so I'm like, okay, if I'm 47 or 48 on Tuesday tomorrow, I'm like, what would it be like if I just dialed in on ATG and Cali for like 10 to 20 years? Let's go.
Yeah.
No league, no injuries. You know what I mean? So I'm pumped, bro. I'm pumped to see what I'm like at 67, 68, bro. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I know what you mean, but it's like you don't want to stop playing sport, bro. There's like
I know.
it's so much fun to move, you know. Maybe just do it less, you know, like still play, but do it a little bit
Well,
less. It's hard. It's hard to do rugby outside of a league, though. I know that. Yeah.
so especially when your kids are involved. So my goal was to stay at the
Oh,
play with my sons, and I played with both of them in premiers, bro.
huge. Wow.
So 17 and 19, I got to play with both of them, and I've like ticked the box, bro. I played with my sons in premiers at this age, and I was, 2 years ago, I was like super fast, bro. Super fast, strong, jumping high, running fast because of ATG and Cali. And yeah, people were like, what the heck? Like, what? Yeah,
That's amazing.
then work got busy, and then I started to become, not as
Yeah.
work got crazy, and had the old burn, as you do, you get the old burnout and stuff. But now I'm
Yeah.
like balanced now of like training, like even my Cali training, like my Cali training so less now, but less is more sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my hip position, so I'll give you an example of what would my training look like for me based on my goals. Monday, skill work. Tuesday, skill work. Wednesday, it's like weighted pull, weighted dip, it's like muscle ups, weighted pull, weighted dip, weighted push. Um, Obviously mobility in there. And then Thursday, Friday, Sunday off. Saturday is like 5 hours straight reps and sets, bro. You know what I mean?
Damn. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
from 10:30 to like 3:30, bro. Burpees at the end, obviously conditioning. So that's been my only like kind of cardio in that. But I want to get back into my sled work now that the Achilles is a bit better. I want to get back into my daily sledding, which I used to do. I remember I was doing like no non-negotiable 200-meter every day, loaded
Wow.
sled. And then 2023 New Year's, I did 2023-meter sled with 23 kilo, fast as like non-stop. Boo. And yeah, bro. And then I think I ended up pushing and pulling 500 kilo, bro.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's
so
insane.
freak athlete sent me a free thing, bro, because of that. Yeah. Shout
Nice.
out.
Yeah, you're a freak, man. That's awesome. Did you get some footage of you doing the rugby, playing with your sons and all that?
Yeah, I did actually. I did.
Highlights?
Bro, so I scored the winning try in my first game back after a few years, and
Wow.
I sent it to Ben Patrick, bro, because I did a split squat on the try line.
Nice. Yeah.
Everyone, yo, knees over toes.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, you got to keep that footage, man. I think, like, honestly, like, I think you're so talented, dude. Like, if you had like a good video editor or something like that to display like some of the freak stuff you've been doing, you can roll that on. You can use that footage for so many new clips because we just got to get you out there, man. You got to get the world out there because I know
Thank
you
you.
can help a lot of people with your stuff, and you're so talented. So like, you have a lot of footage out there to go viral so that we can get more eyes on your coaching too, because I think that'd be awesome, man. I want to ask though, like, what man, I forgot the question I was going to ask you already.
Right, that's all right.
What are some of your plans for the future? You know, I know you want to come to US and all that stuff. What are you looking to do with your coaching, and what are you working on? Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you asked. I actually want to travel a little bit more, like, and I'll obviously when it comes to, because a lot of people when they think about like, say me, I'm a father of four and I have three grandchildren, they think, oh, such a selfish thing to travel. No, I'm gonna take my whole family,
Yeah,
right? Wife,
that's
my
awesome.
kids, because my sons want to, watch an NBA game, and obviously like my wife wants to go to America, and I'm like, okay, cool. I want to set something up so that I can, have a coaching online platform, and also like do workshops all around the world.
Yeah.
So I want to do like yeah, I want to do like workshops, wherever I go, not just like go and have a holiday, but like actually like a working holidays where I'm like going there, I'm having fun, but I got like workshops and coaching to do. So that's I want to come to America. I want to go to UK. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Thailand. Do some Muay Thai. Get some footage of that. And my wife's
Yeah.
actually camera work, but she's just been, let's just say, because of the grandchildren, the 3 grandchildren, been like tied up in that. But now she's gonna get involved in my stuff again. And then, bro, because when she was on my stuff, that's when I got the thing went up, because the content. So yeah, well, I just got a manager. This is crazy, bro. So the manager that I just picked up, right? And it's crazy how I met him. You want to hear how I met him?
Yeah.
So this manager, he literally just made a Samoan boy from South Auckland. He's like literally helped him be a millionaire by just content. And he actually sent him to Hawaii. He sent him and his boys to Hawaii to meet The Rock, and they did a video clip with The Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, this is big stuff. So
Yeah.
shout out to my new manager, Orion Tiatia, who I'll be doing some work with. And my dream was to meet The Rock as well.
Oh,
So,
huge. Yeah.
This is alignment right here, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Rock, and so I'm like,
The vegan
wow.
rock.
Yeah. But anyway, what I'm gonna
Awesome.
say, got some plans in place. He told me to like do these separate channels. We're gonna I'm gonna start up a proper YouTube channel, like a proper one, and start putting content out, do some vlogging. So yeah, it's exciting times. I really want to get as much education out there, as much Cal education out there, Cal education out there as much, and and just so yeah, like you said, we all have yourself as well. Like I love your videos and stuff like that, and I love your content. I love how you help so many people, and like you said, I think I can definitely do help people as well. I just need to get some stuff out there, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. And you're working on it, man. It's all a process. But
Mm.
yeah, I'm excited for everybody in this community, and
Yeah, man.
yeah, and I think we can all win, dude. There's so many people that we need to help out there.
Real.
In the future is built in this, right? In making connections and learning from each other. Yeah.
That's right. We were gonna do a thing together, right? We were gonna do a collab, right?
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do the collab. Let's make it happen in the next week or so. Like let's do it,
Yeah, let's do it, brother. Awesome,
Yep.
man. Thank you so much for your time, brother. We'll connect again soon, I'm sure. And yeah, let's figure out the collab. We just got to figure out something to do with both of our audiences. I'm gonna start making content again within the next month, so I'll hit you up.
Yep.
And yeah, thank you so much for your time. Always good to,
Thank you,
to
bro.
talk with you, bro.
And you got somewhere to stay, bro.
Thank you so
Got-
much, brother. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I gotta come visit New Zealand. It
Come,
still
bro.
looks like such a beautiful country.
We're
Yeah.
doing a workshop here, bro. Like let's go.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oh,
Yeah. Next 5 years, it's all coming together.
all right, bro.
All right, bro.
And your baby in August, man. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
My love, brother.
Appreciate you.
My brother's name's Ruben, so I have another brother from another mother, named Ruben.
Let's go,
Salute.
brother. Thank you, bro.
Okay.
See ya.
Peace.
Salute.